It was one of those moments where you could see culture changing in front of your very eyes. In fact, I could see woke ending altogether. The Super Bowl last night, the biggest event in the American calendar. And it was the end of an era in so many ways, because Taylor Swift's position as the queen of woke, the Kamala Harris supporting celebrity who had turned her back on the country fans who made her famous in the first place. Well, in just 12 seconds, she was left mortified by booing. And Taylor couldn't really understand what was going on. She literally asked, "What is going on?" Because this is the problem with the elites. They don't understand that there has been a fundamental change in our culture. As Brett Cooper said recently, celebrity is over. Because contrast that with the reaction received by Donald Trump, who last night became the first ever sitting president to attend the Super Bowl.
Rulers fight for the rain.
And I actually wrote about this after I saw it last night. The official end of woke celebrity culture. Just after Donald Trump receives rapturous applause at the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift is roundly and loudly booed. These stars don't know what hit him. And Cat Turd, which is that big X account really promoted by Elon Musk, agreed, simply saying woke is over. Now, Alex Phillips, I've had some people try and tell me, "Oh, Dan, this was just because Taylor Swift's bloke was playing in the other team and it was all football related." But the thing is, even say that was true, sometimes it's just a moment, isn't it, that is picked up in the culture. And this just felt really significant to me.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is Taylor Swift, of course, comes from a country music background, country music largely associated with republicanism. And of course, what the powers that be did in the run-up to the Harris-Trump campaign was what they do every single time, and dictates that every single celebrity must turn around and support the Democrat candidate, say that Donald Trump is despicable. If they don't, they risk being cancelled. And so for commercial reasons, you have all of these people lining up in Hollywood, in the music industry, in soaps, all turning around going, "I'm left-wing and I'm proud, I like trans, I like this." Their agents tell them to do it. The newspapers tell them they have to do it, because actually if they don't, it means a loss of revenue for them. So in some respects, I don't necessarily blame them, although I do wish people had more spine and backbone, particularly when they're in positions of influence and have billions in the bank that they can afford to say what they believe in. But Taylor Swift came out ahead of the last election and backed Kamala. And so the boos about that, yes, they blimmin' well are about that. I don't think those people really care about whether she's got this fake boyfriend playing for one team or the other. And you're right, woke is over. The very first domino to fall, of course, was Brexit. We came first in the United Kingdom. That was the very big first
we started this, absolutely.
We did. We started the revolution. People forget that. Unfortunately, we seem to be the last ones to complete it because we've now got back to a communist government. But we started that revolution and it has changed. And actually, I can't wait for that to hit the UK when all of these smug celebrities on Last Leg and on The One Show or whatever it may be, the Chris Martins of this world, when all these woke celebrities suddenly realise that the new rock and roll is not mutilating children. The new rock and roll is not allowing men from other countries to come in and rape our women. The new rock and roll is sensible right-wing policies. That's where the people are at. And actually, the left have been extremely good at using bullying, using things like advertising bans, stop funding hate and all of these movements. They've been very good at monetizing the left wing, making it profitable to be left wing. So if you're a movie star, if you're a whatever it is, you have to be left wing, or you're not going to fill up your bank account. I'm really looking forward to that flipping, and I hope this is the beginning of that. And when people start being chucked in prison for having given their kids puberty blockers, just you wait. All of these people who turned around and said they were on the side of trans rights and on the side of open borders are going to never ever confess to it. But do you know what? The public aren't stupid. They've kept the receipts.
They have. I mean, Alex, honestly, did you see, I'm just trying to find it now, actually, because did you see Cynthia Nixon? Right, let me show you this. So she protested in New York the other day. Now, Cynthia Nixon, right, Sex and the City, lesbian woman. But she, in this totally crazed speech, revealed that her daughter is trans, her sister's daughter is trans, her best friend's kid is trans, and her kid's best friend is trans. And we wonder why ordinary folk are being turned off by the celebrity class.
Yeah, there are just a bunch of child abusers. What is so alarming when you listen to the sort of roll call of everyone who seems to have been trans in her social group and in her family, how many of them are girls? Frankly speaking, gender dysphoria is a condition, but it affects something like 0.03% of the population maximum. 75% of those afflicted with this genuine psychological condition are men. So when you've got a load of girls who are now coming out as trans, this is essentially child abuse. These girls have been mentally tortured by society, by people in their surroundings, to actually believe that they'd rather be boys, and to go as far as having surgical interventions and medical interventions, which is a form of child abuse, frankly speaking. And the people who are mentally ill are the people who are forcing this on kids and can't see any different. You're not going to get the Cynthia Nixons of this world ever turning around and changing their mind on trans rights, because that means they're going to have to admit what they themselves have done. I don't know if you ever watched the remake thing of Sex and the City. Is it called And Just Like That? Because I used to really like Sex and the City. It's part of my sort of, my youth. I watched it and it just became almost like a horror watch, like a doom watch. It was so disgusting in everyone being trans, everything being woke. Oh my God, it was so horrible that actually it was kind of addictive to just see how bad it could get. But, peak wokedom, like I said, I think you're right, Dan. I think it is over. What I'm looking forward to is I'm now actually looking forward to the moment where heads roll, because they actually need to. That might sound sort of vengeful and unpleasant, but they need to, because we need to never let this happen again. Because when it comes to the protection of women, girls, children, kids having surgeries, puberty blockers, young girls being sexually harassed, the whole women's sexual liberty movement, the whole Kardashian thing has led to the pornification of society. That's had a huge impact in why so many girls are saying, I don't want to be a girl anymore. We need to actually have conversations. And unfortunately, people do need to be punished for this. People in positions of safeguarding ought to be prosecuted or fired. And when it comes to the celebs, actually, they do need to be defunded and deplatformed, because they've been a huge part of pushing these narratives for their own economic ends. And that, for me, is just evil.
Exactly. Sing your songs, act in your movies, that's fine. Stop forcing your sick views down our throats, especially, by the way, the people who don't believe in it. And actually, Alex, maybe this will be the one area we disagree on today. So I've got to end on it, because, I'm pretty much on the line now of like free speech absolutism when it comes to X and everything. And the big celebrity battle of the week has been about Kanye West and his increasingly deranged posts on X. And look, we don't even need to go into the posts, right? Because I think all of us are going to agree the posts are horrendous. Who knows what he's doing? Who knows if it's performance art? Who knows if he's literally having a breakdown because he's off his antipsychotic medication? We don't know what the tweet's about, but I think we can all agree they're awful. But this is where I completely find myself thinking, Piers Morgan, what are you doing? Because you host a show called Uncensored, but he posted on X, hey, Elon Musk, how much more disgustingly hateful, racist, anti-Semitic, violence-inducing stuff from Kanye are you going to allow him to spew on your platform to his 32 million followers? And Nick Sauter, a really sound guy, Trump-supporting account, wrote, the man with a show called Uncensored is complaining there isn't enough censorship on X. LMAO, we know what that means. The irony is truly lost on you. And I have to say, this is where I just find the idea of free speech, people then saying, oh, you've got to boot off Kanye West. Surely just block him. I mean, as it turns out, Alex, he has now quit X himself. But I just personally don't agree with immediately leaping on and saying, let's ban him, because there are repercussions as soon as you start banning people. It's like, why does Elon Musk get to decide who has free speech or not, etc., etc.? But do you disagree? But first, we've been told our whole lives that the easiest way to look younger is through wrinkle creams. But now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin. Recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view, he told reporters. Now, his personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method, because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public, free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. If this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, I'll be thrilled knowing I helped, Dr. Lake commented. The video has gone viral. At first it was shared by users on Facebook, but since then has racked up over 2.3 million views and counting. So far, the comments and feedback have been outstanding, with thousands of women reporting they look decades younger. One viewer even commented, best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you. So you can find more about this yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/outspoken or click on the link in the description box below. Let me repeat the address, bhmd1.com/outspoken. But there is one thing Dr. Lake asks from his viewers: if watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show.
No, I don't at all. I mean, I actually found Kanye's rants utterly hilarious. Not because I find the content hilarious, it was vile. But this is clearly a man who's lost his marbles. He's gone wrong. He's gone deranged. You know, I'm quite a perverse, cynical person. And every year, it's a habit from journalist days. You know, when times are quiet in newsrooms, journalists work on obits. They start, especially in broadcasting, they get all the footage out of the libraries. They used to, it's kind of different now, everything's digitized. But back in the day, you'd have to go into a library and get out a cassette and put it into the system. And so you'd have to try and at the start of every year, at some point, you'd have a meeting sort of going, okay, what tapes do we need to get out of the library? Who might we lose in 2024 or 2025 or whatever? And so it's still a kind of sort of dark tradition where, you know, some of my friends and I will sort of say, who do we think are we going to lose this year? And with that sort of mad unraveling of Kanye West, it's like, you're nudging up for entry on my list, my friend. I'm kind of worried for him. Not that I like him, but he's clearly not a well man. But should he be allowed to post? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, everyone can see it for what it is. I don't think there are people reading those mad posts on X going, well, now you've put it like that, I agree with you. Let me come along and join you in your hatred. So, you know, the great thing about freedom of speech is you can see exactly what it says on a tin. You know, you can see what people are, you can see what they stand for, but you can also see the level of mental health. And I think actually anyone discerning is looking at that, you know, Kanye West's Twitter and going, actually, does he mean what he's saying? Probably not. He's just ill.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not jump immediately to censorship, because all of the repercussions that come with that. Alex Phillips, you were brilliant. By the way, so many comments rolling in about your documentary. Deborah Greening wrote, Alex, I watched it and thought it was brilliant. I have now started telling my friends to watch it ASAP. John wrote, so it's not just women who are watching this. John wrote, what a sad country we live in when women cannot feel safe. What an unacceptable state of affairs. Karen messaged me, I bloody love Alex Phillips. I subscribe to her Substack and never miss her afternoon show when she was on GB News. I really hope she stands for reform in the future. She is exactly the type and standard of person we need in Parliament. So, Alex, just remind everyone where they can watch the documentary.
Right, yeah. So basically, the New Culture Forum is the name of the think tank I made this documentary with. You can follow them on X. I recommend you do. They do amazing work. You can follow me on X at That Alex Woman. There's links to it there. But also, if you just go on YouTube and look up New Culture Forum and find their videos, and it should be there. And, you know, I'm not saying this because I want to get all the follows and because I want to become a, you know, little celebrity or something. But I do think we did such important research here. And anyone who's looked at this documentary and thought this is important and people need to know about this, please send it to more people, because the more the country can talk about the fact that women are now facing unprecedented levels of rape and sexual harassment because of mass immigration, unless we all talk about this, unless we are compelled to do something, unless the country wakes up to what is going on, the situation won't change, and it's too dangerous. I will not let the daughters of this country be sacrificed. So it is important. Please watch it. If you agree, I can't see why anyone would disagree because I've got all the data and information there. If you think this is an important campaign, then share it. Please, please just get the message far and wide, because this needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.
Absolutely. And the New Culture Forum are great anyway. You'll love the rest of their content, and it's right up there at the top of their YouTube page. Alex Phillips, you know I love you. Thank you so much. We will speak next week.
Oh, cheers, Dan.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.